What's up? Brian Tong here. We know Apple's iPad event is less than a week away on May 7th, and we're going to talk more about that. But with WWDC 24 just a month away, we've heard all the reports about how iOS 18 is going to bring new AI features. So this video is all the rumored features we've heard about that will be added to Apple's apps on your iPhone. So let's get into it, and this is a collection from multiple reports like Mac Rumors, Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, 9to5Mac, Apple Insider, and more. So let's start off with the app that you use the most daily. It's Messages. In iOS 18, the Messages app is expected to add RCS support to improve the experience between iPhone and Android devices. RCS, if you don't know already, allows for higher resolution photos and videos. You get audio messages, read receipts, typing indicators, Wi-Fi messaging, and more. It's also been reported that generative AI will help to autocomplete your sentences in iOS 18 to speed up the experience as well. Think about what happens in Gmail. I'm not saying Google's doing it, but that type of experience will be coming to Messages. Now, Safari will also get improvements in iOS 18, with reports claiming it will add a browsing assistant to Safari, which could do things like intelligently search through an article to quickly summarize web pages for you, because reading is already so overrated. Also, reports of a web eraser that could allow users to remove unwanted portions of web pages. I think it would be nice for those sites with 10 ads on them per page, and this removal would be persistent even if you revisited the same site later. I like the sound of that. Now, the Notes app, this is one of my favorites because ideas hit me all the time. I go right to it. iOS 18 will reportedly allow you to display mathematical notations, which means a user would be able to add more types of mathematical equations to your notes. And it would also have some integration with a calculator app, but it's not exactly clear what that is yet. The Notes app will also potentially have a built-in audio recording tool, which would eliminate needing to switch over to the Voice Memos app. Now, I use the Voice Memo app all the time with interviews while I'm putting stories together, and what if they could bring maybe something like real-time transcription and summaries similar to what Google already does? And with the reports of Apple potentially working with Google or OpenAI in some capacity, I would love this feature, because right now I still use my Pixel 8 Pro, and I used previous Pixels over the years specifically for their stellar audio transcription and putting together videos and stories. Okay, sticking with audio, Apple Music will reportedly use AI to auto-generate playlists based on what you listen to and your preferences. Apple Maps, that'll be getting at least 2 new features in iOS 18. You got custom routes, which would let a user choose their specific roads to travel on while navigating. That's because we know there are times where we just know better no matter what the map tells us. And then topographic maps will add more detail, including trails, contour lines, elevation, and points of interest for hiking. Now, they were initially added to the Apple Watch with Watch OS 10, so that coming to iOS 18. You also have key apps like Mail, Photos, and Fitness. Those are expected to be overhauled, but we don't have any idea about them yet. We know the Health app is expected to get several AI-powered features as well, but there are no specifics for that as well. There's also expected to be a revamped Calculator app with new features, including a sidebar to list recent calculations, an improved interface for doing unit conversions, and integration with Notes that I talked about earlier. But obviously, its biggest move that I mentioned on a recent video, the Calculator app is finally expected to come to the iPad 14 years later after its launch. Hooray, I guess. It's about time. Now, Apple's Freeform app will reportedly get new scenes. These are options for their drawing and collaboration app, so it would allow you to select maybe a specific section or scene within the big board for easier navigation and focus on an area. This is expected to work between both iOS 18 and macOS 15 versions of the app, but no word if iPadOS or visionOS will take advantage of this as well. You also have shortcuts in iOS 18 that'll be able to automate complex tasks more easily within the Shortcuts app. Now, I know Shortcuts is cool, but its challenge has always been to make it more understandable and accessible for the general user, even some power users. Otherwise, it kind of stays in that area of only users that like to tinker a little bit. And then the latest report also claims that the Calendar app on iPhone will have new integration with the Reminders app in iOS 18. Now, users will be able to organize and schedule reminders directly within the Calendar app without opening the Reminders app. So this allows you to collaborate without, again, bouncing between the two. And I like this a lot. The change is expected to come in both iOS 18 and macOS 15. So there's obviously a lot of info in there, but a lot of the ways iOS 18 is looking to improve and bring new features to the table from what we've heard so far. And for me, what's more interesting is we still don't know a whole lot, specifically what is going to happen with the big AI features that we're expecting to see. So WWDC 24 still has so much to show us in June. And it will absolutely, to me, be their most important WWDC for Apple in years. All right, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of this video, Lexar. This is the Lexar SL500 portable solid state drive, and what makes this different? Well, this is the slimmest and most stylish portable SSD that I've seen. You've got this smooth and matte finish on its curved surface, and then its modern hard edges on the side. This is a durable metal design, and it fits easily in a pocket at 43 grams. And this is a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 drive, so it is fast when it comes to transferring files at up to 2,000 megabytes read speeds and 1,800 megabytes write speeds. Now, it's compatible with all the devices that you can think of, like laptops, cameras, and game consoles. And it also includes Lexar's Data Shield 256-bit AES encryption software to protect your files. Now, it's available in a 2 terabyte capacity right now, and they will have a 4 terabyte option later this year. What's also cool is that this drive can be used to record Apple ProRes files directly to the Lexar SL500 with an iPhone 15 Pro using a direct USB-C connection. Now, this ProRes feature requires write speeds of 220 megabytes per second, and the SL500 has 1,800, so this is great for content creation as well. So to get more info, check out the link in the description for Lexar's SL500 portable SSD. Okay, let's get back to the stories, and I talked about some of the things to expect at WWDC 24 and iOS 18, but there's still this iPad event thingy happening on May the 7th. The latest report from Bloomberg's Mark Gurman claims that there is what he describes as a strong possibility that the new iPad Pro lineup will come loaded with Apple's next-gen M4 chip instead of the M3 chip. And the reasoning behind this is that a key new feature of the M4 is its upgraded neural engine that will be able to handle more complex AI tasks, and the new iPad Pro will be positioned as an AI-powered device, according to Gurman. But, you know, how likely is that to happen? Well, think about this. Back in March, Mac Rumors revealed chip details for 16 new Apple devices that were leaked by a source, and in that information, there were 4 identifiers for an unreleased chip related to the new iPad Pro lineup in 2 display sizes, and then you have the Wi-Fi and LTE versions of the models, so that makes a total of 4. Now, their number sequence indicated it would be something beyond an M3, and now with this information from Gurman, the possibility of them actually being an M4 chip gets even stronger. So, of course, yes, I've read your comments. Why don't you just wait for the event to happen? Yes, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Nothing is official until it's official, but y'all are curious about this stuff, and there are stronger indications now that the new OLED iPad Pros might be coming with a new M4 chip inside. Now, some other iPad-related news: the entry-level USB-C Apple Pencil just had a firmware update released for it. There's no information what it fixes or any new features and updates because Apple doesn't release notes for Apple Pencil software updates, but the Pencil got an update, and we're expecting to see a new Apple Pencil and a new Magic Keyboard alongside new iPad Airs as well. All right, let's just hit on a little bit of Apple Watch news. Apple analyst Ming-Chi Kuo reports that there will be an Apple Watch Ultra model update this year. Now, earlier, Kuo reported the chances of seeing a new one were pretty low, but this new Apple Watch Ultra 3 will have, according to him, almost no hardware upgrades compared to the Ultra 2. Kuo gave no more specifics, but to me, that would line up with this idea of us possibly seeing a new Apple Watch Ultra color, maybe that space gray or that space black finish that was rumored last year, but we have until September to figure all that out. And also, the Beats goes on. I'm talking about Apple's Beats brand, who announced their latest Beats Solo 4 on-ear headphones with an upgraded sound and performance and fit. Now, they may look the same, but this is a whole new headphone inside with longer battery life and improvements across the board. They are re-engineered to provide spatial audio with dynamic head tracking where you turn side to side and still hear the source of the audio, and significantly improved call quality. Now, these do not have active noise cancellation, but their iconic design and, you know, that bass heavier signature sound remain. And there's a reason, you know, Apple has kept the Beats brand alive. That's because people keep buying them. So you can order them now for $199, and they start shipping on May 2nd, a nice middle tier type headphone. Plus, There's also new entry-level wireless earbuds. They're Beats Solo Buds. Now they come in the smallest case ever designed for Beats with 18 hours of battery life. That's their longest for any type of wireless earbud, and arguably the most stylish earbuds on the market. There's no active noise cancellation here either, but improved call quality, and they are $79.99. They'll be shipping sometime in June. And when these come out, they might arguably be a better option at that time than the standard AirPods 2nd generation, but that remains to be seen as well. All right, that's gonna do it for this video. If you like what you see, give me that thumbs up, subs up, and hit that notification bell, ding, to get all my latest videos when they drop. And if you want more of that Apple goodness, you can check out my weekly Apple Bits XL audio podcast with the latest stories and special guests. Plus, you can support all my content with an ad-free version of the podcast, early access to my content, and exclusive content at patreon.com/BrianTong. All right, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace and love.